worship on Sunday night, and I don't particularly like standing behind this pulpit on Wednesdays, not because I dislike the pulpit, but I want to have a little more give and take on Wednesday nights where I throw out a question, and maybe you have an answer, maybe you don't. And so we'll do some more of that tonight. I feel like this, when the pulpit's between me and you feel like you can't really talk. I don't want you to talk out on Sundays. But on Wednesday nights, let's feel free to raise your hand. You have a question. Guillermo is always good about that. Ask a question. I'll try not to ask too many rhetorical questions. So if I ask a question and you think you have an answer, raise your hand. Only raise your hand not because I'm trying to treat you like school kids, but otherwise you get all these people shouting things at once and it gets a little confusing. Did you know that the Scottish crown jewels went missing for over a century? I didn't know that until I was, I don't even remember how I came across this, but you would think that the crown that represents the Scottish crown, and they have a scepter and they have a sword. Some of these items are 500-600 years old that were used in the coronation ceremonies for the Scottish monarchs. They went missing for over 100 years. Nobody knew where they were. You say, how could you lose the crown jewels? Well, if you're familiar with the history of the United Kingdom, you remember it was Scottish monarchs who came in line for the English throne, the Stuarts, James I being the first one, Charles II, James II, and then that line died out. And long story short, the next set of rulers didn't worry so much about the Scottish side, and so they put the jewels in a castle somewhere and they forgot where they were. Until Sir Walter Scott, who was writing books about Scottish history, said, we got to find these. And he combed several castles with the monarch's permission, went through several castles to find the crown.